It was in one of the most open parts of the broad Pacific that the warship I was stationed on fell victim to the German sea raider. I managed to escape alone in a small boat with water and provisions for a good length of time, and found myself adrift and free, but with little idea of my surroundings. I drifted aimlessly beneath the scorching sun, waiting either for some passing ship or to be cast on the shores of some habitable land. The change happened while I slept. Its details I shall never know, for my slumber, though troubled and dream-infested, was continuous. When at last I awakened, it was to discover myself half sucked into a slimy expanse of hellish black mire, which extended about me in monotonous undulations as far as I could see. As I crawled out of the stranded boat, I realized that through some unprecedented volcanic upheaval, a portion of the ocean floor must have been thrown to the surface, exposing regions for which innumerable millions of years had lain hidden under unfathomable watery depths. As night fell and the moon rose, I gained the summit of a large mound and looked down the other side into an immeasurable pit or canyon, whose black recesses the moon had not yet soared high enough to illuminate. All at once, my attention was captured by a vast and singular object. That it was merely a gigantic piece of stone, I soon assured myself, but I was conscious of a distinct impression that its contour and position were not altogether the work of nature. Across the chasm, the wavelets washed the base of the cyclopean monolith, on whose surface I could now trace both inscriptions and crude sculptures. They seemed to have been chiseled badly out of proportion with their scenic background, for one of the creatures was shown in the act of killing a whale, represented only a little larger than himself. Then suddenly I saw it. With only a slight churning to mark its rise to the surface, the thing slid into view above the dark waters. Vast, Polyphemus-like, and loathsome, it darted like a stupendous monster of nightmares to the monolith, about which it flung its gigantic arms, all the while bowing its hideous head and giving vent to certain measured sounds. Of my frantic ascent of the slope and cliff, and of my delirious journey back to the stranded boat, I remember little. I have no memory of anything but that monstrous creature's face peering at me from the blackness of my unconsciousness. I am writing this under appreciable mental strain, and by tonight's end I shall be no more. Penniless, and at the end of my supply of the morphine which alone makes life endurable. I feel the presence of the half-human followers of that ancient sea demon. I hear them in the alleys and the dark streets. They want to punish me for what I have seen. I know they are drawing near. I shall cast myself from the garret window into the squalid street below. I hear a noise in the hallway approaching the door, as if some immense, slippery body is lumbering against it. It shall not find me! God, that hand! The window! The window!